And we are back. Welcome back to Mr. Flamingo Reviews. Woo! Been a hot minute. Mr. Flamingo Reviews, though, has decided to tackle foreign film. That's right, folks. Godzilla -1.
I love Godzilla.
He loves Godzilla.
I love Godzilla.
He loves Godzilla
so much. My likes tend to be dinosaur-based. If you look at Groudon and you look at Godzilla, you can see where the inspiration comes from.
Oh, man. I didn't consider it like that. But it is true. As of recording, Godzilla -1 has come out. Saw it day one. This will come out a little bit later, though. Don't worry about it. Because, I don't know. It was an opportunity to do something a little different. I've personally, to disclose to you all, never watched a foreign film. Like, unless it was for, like, school-related activity. This was out of my own vices. I like Godzilla. I'm a big fan of the Universal Pictures Godzillas. I was not expecting how different the Godzilla interpretations can be. With our story, we have a story set just after the end of World War II. Japan has lost the war, and a man who was a kamikaze pilot but chose not to sacrifice himself, out of fear, really, goes home in technical shame. And what ensues is a love story, and a story of Godzilla, and a story of friendship. And what was fascinating to me, and I'll just say this off the bat before we really, just give our bigger thoughts, is that, I didn't really expect this, but this movie, while showing off a lot of Godzilla destruction, doesn't really have much to do with Godzilla as a focal point. In American film, everybody wants to see Godzilla. I mean, 2014 Godzilla showed minimal Godzilla, and I still remember the outcry of hate to the movie, even though it was a pretty good movie looking back at it, about how there wasn't enough Godzilla. So their response, every single movie after that has had so much Godzilla.
I love Godzilla.
I love me some Godzilla too. But Godzilla -1 has a very unique balance. There's a bunch of characters you actually care about, and there's a bunch of friendships and relationships. The human characters in Godzilla -1 are not boring. That was the biggest flaw that's been going on in American Godzilla films. Nobody wants to watch the, leads. Like in Kong, Godzilla vs. King Kong. Nobody cared. Millie Bobby Brown was running around and everybody was like, boo! Where's the funny fighting?
Where's the Godzilla vs. Kong?
But in this Godzilla -1, what they've achieved, and that's very unique for me, is I'm like, okay, we're away from Godzilla, but I don't mind. Because his presence is ever looming, it's clear that he's still around. People are still fearful of him. But I'm like, okay, well, these are nice people. This is nice. This is a nice little journey to watch for them. So I've got to give it credit for that. I think they did a really excellent job at actually character developing, because I cared, But moving forward, my co-host here, Groudon fan 237, Godzilla fan 1976, whatever you want to call him. Big fan of Godzilla, so let's hear thoughts from him. What do you think?
I have watched the original Godzilla. I have tried to watch most of the Godzilla films afterwards. Up until this point, my personal favorite has been 2016 Shin Godzilla. Whenever it comes to Japanese Godzilla films, they don't do so well in the United States, but in Japan, through the roof. Everybody enjoys it. Very, very much enjoyed the film.
For me, somebody who doesn't watch much of these films, I very much enjoyed the film as well. If you're not used to things like long periods of subtitles, it's going to be a little difficult because, and I hadn't realized this until after the fact, I had felt it was a little draggy. But that, through hindsight, boiled down to my inexperience with this sort of film and my underappreciativeness for foreign film in general. So watching this has at least helped me understand that, like, I should be more open-minded. And when I looked at it from the lens of being more open-minded, I was like, okay, this was really fun. So keep that in mind when you're watching, because this is a Japanese-based production with subtitles. So, I mean, it's, of course, everything gets lost a little in translation, so you'll see these people really giving it their all in their performance, and then you'll just have, like, the goofiest little subtitles, but it's the closest they'll get. But when you boil it down to it, Godzilla Minus One, it was a really fun film. I don't entirely have many things to say bad about it. I mean, you can argue that something here or something there could be shaved down a little bit for time, or it could be blended together with other scenes because it could get excessive. But outside of little nitpicks, and those are admittedly nitpicks, wall to wall, it's a fun monster film, fun leads, fun period to work with. Good film. Like, if you're into monsters and you want a little bit of heart at the center of it all, good film.
I wouldn't call this my favorite Godzilla film. It's definitely up there. I just feel like the ending could have been shortened a little, but I love the movie entirely besides that.
You got a Godzilla fan supporting it, you got a Godzilla novice supporting it, give it a shot. But, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Mr. Flamingo Reviews, and as of this review coming out, I'll be more back on track with a lot of free time to work with. Thanks!